to grow with them, not only as people who wrote with them, but to like direct them and like see their strengths and to try to like push them at times. Because like there are parts of this season or series that like did get more emotional, and that was always the stuff Paul and I really gravitated towards.
Welcome back to Girls Rewatch,
a podcast about girls,
TV, and girls on TV.
I'm Amelia Ritaller.
And I'm Evan Lazarus, and today we're doing
Season 5, Episode 10, Broad City. Oh my God. To end the show with the title of the show and have two broad word drops in the episode. Mama, I cried when I first saw this episode.
It's like when Beyonce dropped Beyonce, you knew it was going to be good.
She dropped Beyonce? What is she now?
No, the album Beyonce.
Oh. I was like, is she just B or what? You know, I keep doing this thing where I say mama, and it's like, who did you get that from? And stop it right now.
Mama, it's me.
I'm like, okay, mama, yes.
Oh my, it's so crazy to wrap up 2 TV shows now.
No, like we've been podcasting for so long, and I feel like we're just getting started.
I can't even imagine. It's crazy to go week by week watching a TV show. No one's done that before.
No, well, people have done it.
No, they
haven't done it like us.
And the way it feels in my body, I know it can't be true.
No one does it and the meme page with this much rigor.
Right, exactly.
Because it's clinically unwell to do that.
But we had to.
Push on.
There was so much culture to capture.
Broad City was everything to me. I remember so vividly watching this finale episode in the Student Learning Center building.
Because you were learning.
Because I was learning, crying, being like, I wish I had a friend like that.
It's so devastating.
I know. It really breaks my heart. They get so emotional, and I would get emotional, but I am on so much Wellbutrin and Prozac combo that I could not muster a tear. So I wore mustard instead.
Oh, but you know what's bringing a smile on my face?
What?
Paul W. Downs.
Oh, and Lucia Aniello. My favorite celebrity power couple, by the way. Hands down.
I know.
I love them.
I actually don't understand why they don't have more of like a fandom around their love. But I've never seen something so pure and beautiful before.
They don't even have a couple name. Like Puccia or what's it? LOL.
It's LOL.
I ship LOL.
It's like 2 different improv troops.
That was what their duo prov was called. Oh my God.
Kill.
I can't wait to interview them.
Paul W. Lucia.
I wish they could come to the basement, but I understand that they're Emmy Award winners. So it's hard.
Oh, God. Well, I can't wait to talk to those 2 Emmy Award winners.
Let's cross dissolve. Let's cross dissolve to them now. Joining us on the pod today, it's Lucia Aniello and Paul W. Downs.
Hello. How are you guys?
Hey, guys. What's up?
We're excited. We're excited to be here.
We're excited to talk to you guys now that we've like finished the end. I will say like we've already told your story on the podcast many times. So we're probably going to ask you more about like and what's happened since.
You guys met on Match.com.
It was farmersonly.com.
What's that select date or whatever? The Chris Kelly one.
Oh my God, Select Date. That was such a funny cameo from Chris with his pink cheeks.
So he had like doll makeup on.
Yeah, he had full doll makeup on. He's very funny.
That was funny.
Oh my God. Okay, well, we're going to jump right in. So we start every episode by doing a quick synopsis. I'm going to quickly read a summary to refresh it for all of us.
She's so good at these.
Here we go. Season 5, Episode 10, Broad City. Directed by Lucia. Written by Abby and Alana. Cold open. It's Abby's last day in New York. Alana bangs on her apartment because she slept through the alarm. They run through the New York streets, parkour vibes, trying to get a bacon, egg, and cheese bagel before 11 at their favorite spot, which of course this mirrors the finale of their web series. Shout out. When they arrive, the place has been demolished, and now it's a hole in the ground, 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Abby and Alana try to flirt their way into eggs after 11 to no avail, but Alana finds a Wahi-Chi toilet on the street and decides this was the real mission of the day all along. Of course, they can't get a car, so they walk it across the Brooklyn Bridge. They have a heart-to-heart walk and talk on the windiest day in New York City history. and they talk about how much they love and believe each other are amazing and cool and smart and talented. They both plan for the apocalypse.
Are you crying?
I'm tearing up. They both start planning for the apocalypse and decide they'll meet in St. Louis when it happens. Alana cancels on dinner with Abby and runs away crying. It's just too much. Abby's eating alone in her apartment, but Bevers calls and says, "I'm naked on the roof. I need you to come get me." And then, oh my God, surprise, it's a going away party.
Oh my
and
God.
Everyone's there. And by that, the 3 other friends they have and extras from the building. Trey proposes. Abby says no. Alana Alana one by one kicks everyone out so she can spend time with Abby. And then they have a sleepover and the saddest goodbye in the morning. And then Abby leaves for the airport and is like, "I didn't even think I was alive before I met you." Epilogue, split screen, Abby and Alana 4 months later talking on the phone while walking. And then, of course, the greatest series ending in television history. A bunch of 20-something duo besties walk through Union Square. A passing of the torch style ends as Lizzo's Juice plays.
And that's what you missed on Glee.
Wow.
Thank you for doing that. That like really brought me back, honestly.
I know.
Like, not that I forgot it, but I kind of forgot it.
I actually weirdly did forget about the proposal.
And I forgot. Oh,
Even though, you know what's so funny? I have the ring. I have the
Really?
He's still gonna pop it to Abby one day.
It's not too late. Like, second marriages are in right now.
Yeah. I do have the ring.
No, yeah. You know what I forgot about was the toilet.
I remember the toilet.
The toilet was off to shoot on the Brooklyn Bridge with pushing this like, were we still pushing it at that point? Maybe.
Yeah.
But it was so, yeah, it's on a skateboard. It was so cold that day. It was like the coldest day in New York City history. And it was so windy. And they really did write Abby and Alana plus Alana forever on the bridge. And we checked it a couple times since.
It was
still there. I don't know if it's still there now, but I wish it was.
I feel like I tried to look for it once and I was like, this is too big a task.
Yeah.
It's a big bridge.
The big one.
I truly love this episode because there's truly like 4 women with parkas in the background and they're like in t-shirts and top.
I know. Really, we did that a lot. We filmed in the middle of winter and it was like, pretend you're in booty shorts sweating. It was very,
And I think there's one season in particular that was set in winter and all the other ones were set in like random times of pretended it was summer, which,
the Seth Rogen AC episode was fantastic.
Right, in heat.
Season 2?
Yeah.
Season 2.
You guys fact check. I hope the wiki is up. You're gonna have to fact check.
It's gonna be so sad to not have this be my most frequent IMDb lookup.
I know.
Okay, so we start the pod with our famous segment. What's y'all's deal?
Well, my deal is, I worked at Deals with Abby and Alana.
Of course, the Groupon of the 2010s.
Life Booker. It's not how we met, but of course we all worked there with also Ariel Carlin, who is now, who was one of the Deals workers back like in the background. And now
she was on Broad City
as an actor and now is a writer on Hacks.
Oh my God.
So I guess my deal is Ariel Carlin writes on Hacks.
Literally. Well, it is. It's cool that we are always talking about the Broad City to Hacks pipeline and what a beautiful journey. And like, you guys are truly living like the Brooklyn alt dream of like, you guys like started in level 1 together and you're like, we really want to make something. We're going to make something. And then you actually really did. And now you get to make TV with your friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we've like started making TV with our friends and we continue to make TV with our friends, which is sick as hell, to be honest, and is literally the dream. It's like, one time when I did mushrooms, I came out of it. At the time I had been like not so much working with my friends and working on other stuff, which was very cool and very fun and like had a really great time doing it. But there was like something about it that wasn't totally clicking for me creatively. And out of that experience, I was like, I really need to like wake up every day and go work with my friends and figure out a way to make that like my life, because then the show, the work or whatever will be better as a result, but also I'll get to be with my friends. So it really has become my North Star of how I want to like live my life.
All that for one shroom strip?
Isn't that good?
Isn't that good?
That's not what happens to me.
I also probably threw up, but like you take the good with the bad.
Right.
I went to that Shroom Witch right after. I was like, this sounds good.
Yes.
I gotta pick that.
But you had a similar, like not the same experience, but a similar kind of creative breakthrough, no?
I don't know if I had a creative breakthrough. I realized that I was a channeler. Yeah, there was a whole thing. I went back in time. I saw myself as a shaman. It was a whole, But it wasn't about
did you actually? Because that is what my TikTok feed is about, and I'm trying to do it right now.
Yeah, I did. I was like, I saw the facilitator as a woman in a tree, and I had known her in a previous existence, and she told me I was working with Survivor's Guild. There's a lot. But she's great. She's a good.
I can't give you her information. I can only
especially not over this.
Well, she finds you.
Well, you know what? I'll manifest her into my circle.
Might need her,
Yeah. So anyways, that's our deal.
Oh, yeah.
So that's your deal. Well, yeah. Okay, so that's your deal.
I mean, more literally, usually like what's your deal is like
how you're connected to the show, right?
Yeah, we're like, so how did you find Broad City? You came across it on on a Facebook post, and you said, I gotta get in on that.
I'm sure that this has been brought up, but when Abby and Lana, who we were friends with and had done a lot of stuff with, when they first made their first episode, which was Making Change, the first webisode, we both were like, keep doing this. Because, it was at a time when you like tried a million things and you made this sketch and you did this thing and we loved it. And so we emailed them and said, keep doing this. And then we ended
not that they needed to hear that from us, but it was, I think they needed it. I think they would have abandoned it.
You emailed them?
Yeah, we had email at the time.
Whoa. I feel like it wasn't that long ago. Like you could have sent a message, right?
Well, the truth is like we were friends with them and we knew them, but we were like, I don't know, like parallel pathing kind of. Like we were friends with them and we're like, we vibe. But I actually don't know if we had worked together. We were in classes with.
I had hosted shows with Ilana.
Okay.
At UCB, and I had auditioned for Harold Knight several times with Abby. That's a infamous story. At least in the writers' room at Broad City, Abby and I used to love talking about our failed auditions at UCB.
They talk about it
twice a day, and they'd be like, and then they would have the conversation on the side. We'd be like, remember that? We went to that bar. We got a drink.
Like, I can't believe how many times. Like, I've been told this story so many times. It's as if I was there, but thank God I was.
How about one more?
We've been told the story so many times. Half the guests that come on the pod are like, and they couldn't make it on UCB, so then they made it on Comedy Central, and literally, it's like, which is like textbook.
Right. Well, I think that but Paul was making it at UCB, so it was very.
I did get on a team.
I was on a team, had a very well-renowned show with a run. I couldn't get a damn spank going if you paid me.
Oh my God.
If you paid them, I guess would be the.
Okay, whatever you paid them. If I paid off.
But if you went in there and said, pay me for a show, they would have said no. Had you said, I'll pay you to be on, maybe.
So Paul was doing great, but Abby and Ilana and I were not.
I think that's how it goes, right?
But we send an email because you know how it is when you're like have a late night musing and you're like, I need to commit this to writing and say to my friend, we think you should do this. We like this thing. It was kind of like that because we saw them in person probably that week. But you know what I mean? It was like right when it came up, we watched it.
We need to put this in writing.
Yeah, it was like let's
get the lawyers involved.
We need a paper trail. Okay. Well, we have to ask you. I mean, Abby and Ilana kind of told us who they think you guys are more like, but we want to hear from you.
You mean in terms of Abby or Ilana? Because I'm most sorry. Go ahead.
No. That's actually a great question. And yes.
Do you want to know what we think? And then will you tell us what they said? Because I don't know what they said.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay, Paul, you go first.
Well,
we have to. Yeah.
Yeah, I do it. Ready?
Girl, what girl are you?
But of course, you're gonna go first, or am I gonna go first? I'm gonna say that they said I was. I think they're gonna say I was Ilana, more Ilana. Did they not?
Should we wait to tell you?
Do you remember? Are you pretending?
Part of me is like, did they say I was more Trey? I guess no. They probably said I was more Kirk Steele. They probably
Abby, I believe Abby said, Paul, that you were more Ilana, and Lucia, you were more Abby.
Okay. Well, fabulous.
I think that probably is true in terms of our dynamic.
Yes. And between the two of us, he's more Ilana and I'm more Abby because he's like, he'll say something crazy and I'm like, okay, for example, he's like, we should buy that crazy thing. And I'm like, where does it go?
Right.
Okay, yeah,
right.
and it was in the context of which one are they in the duo?
Yes, in our interpersonal.
Yeah, okay.
That's
That is
correct.
fine.
That's
That is fine. That's fine.
You heard it here first, folks. It's fine.
But no, it is true that I'll make a joke and I'll say something, and then Lucia at like a dinner party will have to clarify, like, he's joking. It's, so I do think that there's an inner, there's like
yeah, in our inner life, yes, in our inner life.
There's
I guess I'm
right
happy. But I'm not as like.
But we're not. Neither of us are as like devoutly religious as Abby. Like, she's super. Like, it's kind of scary the way that she's religious. But
Yeah, but good for her. She believes in something.
no, we're kidding. Maybe it's just a tease. That
I'm like, we didn't get the Christian undertones there. Wait, we gotta rewatch.
Actually, hold on.
That's the thing.
That
Santa Claus, is that in the show?
It's not in the show. There was actually a running joke in the room, and when I mean the room, I mean the four of us, that Abby was devoutly Christian, and that there was a whole runner about how she believed in not Santa Claus, but Santa Claus.
Like a jerk like Santa Claus. She's so school religious.
There's something, like her like mid-Atlanticness, like I think it was more just my, I don't know, like my Jewish sorority background,
Are you Sigdelt or AFI?
SDT, yeah.
Oh my God, I know SDT.
I was rush chair, honey.
Oh, honey, I know. We did our research, please.
Okay, I had Christy Carlson Romano in my rush class. Yeah,
No
and
way.
she's a talker. Okay, she said a lot.
Love Even Stevens. Is that girl?
Yeah.
Yeah, she crushed it. Okay, well, let's get into the episode. Or we should tell. We do Girl What Girl Are We for each episode. Girl What Girl Are You this episode?
Okay, I think I'm Abby because I would love to do art in Colorado. Seems like it's a better place to do it. And I'd love to figure out how to paint, I think.
And I would never move to Boulder. I said I was Alana because I am so the girl at the dinner party being like, the government killed Marilyn Monroe because she knew too much. And like when Alana does the thing.
It's widely known.
Yeah, it's widely known. And then Alana's like, the post office wants to harm women because it's like, that is how I am every day.
I mean, Alana's... I'm missing Alana. Alana's like wild ass accusations and then not being able to back it up, but yet I believe her more. Than I'm like, well, it's scrubbed.
Okay.
Like
that is ripped from the headlines, because Alana would be like, she would make an accusation about what's going on with Michelle and Barack's like interpersonal like sexual life, and then she'd be like, well, it's widely known, and then you would hear her typing so loud. There's no one who types louder.
She's the loudest typer on earth, and
that's what Abby said too.
It's like.
Oh, and we lost them. Okay, let's
it's
riff
so
a little
loud
bit.
we had to shut it down.
I think I really could have made a Herald team if I knew how to do improv.
I just took level 301 with Shannon O'Neill, and I'm just not going to crack it there.
We still are not connected, unfortunately.
You guys are still silent.
It's so funny. We've been muted this whole time. Yeah, she types loud, and it's very funny, and it's so.
And then she's like, it's out there.
It's true.
We're gonna keep that in. Also.
Good. And I feel like a lot of that. I wish we could have them come back in to like answer questions I actually have. I feel like a lot of that was it Crazy Days and Nights? Are you guys familiar? Crazy Days and Nights was like a old, I guess you'd call it like message board or something. It was like somebody who, is that what it was called? Am I being right?
I think it was like a newsletter. No?
I don't know, but it was kind of like Dumois, pre-Dumois, like pre-Gawker Stalker, like, but you get the craziest gossip. And then it was like, there was like rumors about somebody very famous was running it. But again, this is what's going to happen. I'm going to look it up. I'm like, it's widely out there. This website is widely out there.
We'd love to hear you type, honestly. See how loud it is.
I'm not as loud, but I wish am I loud?
No, you're being in Alana though, right now. You're not being an Abby. So...
Well, okay, so you guys, who is closer to their character? Are you Smelly Pussy Donna or are you Kirk Steele?
Yeah, I'm definitely Smelly Pussy Donna. Definitely. Well, not in the Smelly Pussy part, but first of all, to be clear, she no longer has it. So like, I'm her now.
She
I'm
beat
not her
it.
then.
Yeah.
And she's an entrepreneur.
And
yeah. And she likes connecting people.
The way I actually got emotional in that episode, I was like, damn, Donna is such a good friend to Abby because Abby is a mess. And she's like, you know what? I'm going to set you up with some contacts, girl. I believe in you. I'm like tearing up. I'm like, yes.
Yeah, it's probably because sees Donna as a good girl.
Icon.
And she's an icon.
Oh, what a Kirk.
Or try.
Well, I guess our overlap is that I'm a star.
Totally.
But I've never made a solo porn. I've never jerked off on film before.
There's
So
still
we're
time.
gonna talk crazy days and nights. We're gonna sort the boys.
Yeah, there is still time. There is still time.
It's still time.
It is.
Or have I don't know.
It is fun to see the parallels between Trey and what is Agent Trey.
Jimmy the Sack
Jimmy the Sack Jr.
You know, I talk about hacks every day and only refer to your character as Paul W. Downs.
That's so funny.
Thank you.
Yeah, they're. You know what I would say they have in common is like they're both actually really nice guys and really good guys, even though they might like at first seem like they're not. You know.
Yeah, although I think Jimmy does a better job at being a good guy. I think Trey like inadvertently was hard on Abby for a long time. You know, he'd be like, go clean up the pubes or like get your snake, you know, like he was a little bit,
you
know, he's certainly, I am more like Jimmy, I think, than I am.
I think Trey's hot.
I'm probably more like Kirk, honestly. I'm more like Kirk. Because I did learn to do devil sticks and stuff.
We shot that in Woodland Hills. It was like kind of the only thing that we like shot as this like B-roll satellite with like 4 people. Like it was actually shot like a porn in the valley, you know, like it was.
We rented a house in the valley. There were 2 old people that lived there, didn't know what we were up to. We were in their pool. I'm nude in their pool. They're like, yikes. They're like getting out of the house.
Like, is it a porn? We're like, it's not a porn, but it is a porn, but it's on
it's not.
Comedy Central, so it's not a porn. And they were like, okay. Yeah.
Wait, okay, Kirk, I love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what else?
Well, we have to, so you guys, we have to get into the episode.
No, that's it.
No.
That's
Good night, you guys. It's getting really late.
That was good.
I just met a girl who's 23. Her stories of dating, oh God.
We just got bagels with a 23-year-old and it made me realize like how much I'm not 23 anymore. Like I am actually 27.
Yeah, you're a mother and a maiden.
I've also been listening to an audiobook called Maiden to Mother. And it's like sometimes I like notice like big life changes, like a new job or whatever, but it's like I fail to recognize like the small ways in which like I've evolved over the past few years, especially since living in New York. Like it's almost been 4 years for me and it's like I'm not the same girl.
One way I've changed a lot, my dating power. And I want to say dating power, by the way.
How your dating power?
Because I recently got a bidet, don't know how to install it, went on the Field app. Guess what? Getting a man to come over to install my bidet.
You got someone on Field to come over to install your bidet.
He's coming over, he's going to install my bidet. That's my dating power.
I like that Field is a place to recognize like how I've changed.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can like embrace, like I can sign up and be like, this is my sexuality, and then be like, wait, what if I'm maybe this? What if I open my horizons a little bit?
Be a little flexible.
I feel like maybe like you've heard that it's just like super kinky like app, and it's like there is a place for kink on there, but it's also just like for straight people to be like, maybe I'm not straight. It's for bi-curious girls to go, I'd say.
Oh my God.
And it's like you can like see yourself exploring different things, like, and trying out new stuff that you maybe wouldn't in like a traditional app.
I really like that Field. It doesn't have that fast swipe culture. You don't have to make like split second decisions if this is going to be your forever person or not based off 6 photos. It allows you the ability to play, to come back.
Field also just rolled out their shared desires feature that immediately shows you what you have in common with somebody else, which I'm like, I wish they had this in real life. I could walk up to somebody and be like, oh my God, you're obsessed with Wizards of Waverly Place, the movie as well. Let's get into it, girl. And now Field allows for that to exist. If you have a fantasy, say it. If you have a desire, include it in your bio. And if you're a girl like me where you don't know what the hell is going on, be like, I'm confused, but I'd love to find out. Download Field now on the App Store, Google Play, or the link in the description. That's FEELD. I'm currently wrapped in my bubble cuddle blanket underneath this. Yeah, it's my cozy earth pajama set. Let's go. And oh, can you see the bed behind me? It's got the bamboo sheets. And with the holidays right around the corner, I simply cannot recommend more to get somebody in your life something from Cozy Earth. I simply cannot wait to wind down this holiday season with my cozy earth blanket. I've spent the last year working night and day, editing this podcast, making reels, posting content, and it's just like finally December break. I'm gonna get to snuggle up with my cozy earth and just be like a girl and not a girl who edits, and I can't wait. Give the gift of everyday luxury this holiday season. Head to cozyearth.com and use mine and Evan's code GIRLS for up to 40% off. Just be sure to place your order by December 12th for guaranteed Christmas delivery. Listening after the 12th? Don't worry, our code still works year-round for 20% off. Give the gift of comfort that lasts beyond the holidays and carries into the cozy new year. And genuinely, guys, this blanket is the softest one I've ever owned. I cannot recommend it enough. And like the way these bubble, like it looks chic, it feels chic, and I love my life with my cozy earth. Let's get into the episode. I know Abby and Alana were like the official only writers of this episode, but like what was the conversation of like, how are we gonna end this?
God, I don't even remember. It was so long ago.
Well, I had it in a dream.
That's right. That's right.
I saw a lot of the episode in a dream. They can confirm.
Okay, so you're somebody who believes that we're like channels, right? Like we just kind of have to get into the river.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Well, I think, it was the four of us, and Jen was there, right, when we were breaking this episode?
I have no recollection.
So we were writing that season in LA.
Oh.
We were writing in a house that Abby and Alana rented in Franklin Hills. We went out one day for coffee, which is where we saw a toilet on the street. And then it was in the episode.
Right.
It was not a Toto toilet, which is what it was based on, but I can't think legally we couldn't say Toto toilet, which is why we
made it a Waichi.
A Waichi, yeah, which means something.
Yeah.
And then, but I had a dream about the surprise party.
Mm. And we'd been like aiming a lot of this season towards this like question of like, would they stay in New York? Would they not stay? Alana being a lifer, Abby not being a lifer. And it was around that time that Abby either was about to move to LA, or at least be bi-coastal, or like, I think it was so much of their real lives were really, really bleeding into the show at this point. Not that they weren't before, they were, but I think it was kind of like, where do we go from here was like really, I think, part of them questioning themselves and the characters. And so it did feel kind of like autobiographical for them, I believe.
Yeah.
We had moved to New York. We had left New York and moved to LA before Broad City.
In fact, Ilana stayed with us and slept on our couch while they pitched the show.
Yes.
Which was initially bought by FX. So they were successful in selling the show, but then FX didn't make it. And they got it back for Comedy Central.
Yeah. And so when we were in New York writing and shooting Broad City, we were actually living out of like a suitcase for like 5 months out of the year and subletting random apartments that entire time.
And getting locked out, which became an episode.
Yes.
Like a lot of the episodes that I'm sure, you've heard this many times were like the seed of the episode happened to one of us in New York.
And sometimes they would happen after we would shoot the episode.
Well, that's the witchy part. A lot of times things would happen after, and it was really weird. Like,
you were going to say the story about
rats?
Oh, no, you do the rats, and then I'll tell this other story.
Jen staffed the rat party.
Yeah.
And I think it's okay we reveal this. Like her house in
rats.
Her house in Echo Park became overrun by rats to a major degree, like right after the episode aired.
Oh my God, I didn't even know rats existed over there.
Oh,
we didn't think they did, but they do.
Especially after COVID, but whatever. And then one time after we had shot in the subway, like we had done an overnight in the subway, which was an unbelievable experience because they actually let us control the cars. So I had a walkie and I could actually go slow down and speed up. Like I was actually allowed to control the speed of a subway car, which is like literally like I felt like a god. It was incredible. But anyways, we shot all night.
Every 4-year-old's dream.
Literally. We shot all night. I sleep the entire next day. I go to, this is in Prospect Heights in an apartment that we actually were subletting. And then weirdly, Abby bought an apartment in that building later, not really remembering we have lived in that building. She doesn't live there anymore now. So I can say that.
Abby showed Ilana the apartment that she had put a deposit on. And Ilana was like, that's Paul and She's building.
Yeah.
They lived there 4 years out of the 5 in Broad City.
And so anyway, I go to get some sushi on the corner and I realize that I'm locked out, which is like, hello, lockout. And I'm like, oh my God, this is so annoying. I like don't have anything on me. So I go and stay at my friend Dina's apartment. Hi, Dina Shanker. Don't think you're listening. And realize
listening.
No, she
Okay,
likes the pod.
Dina loves
She loves
our
the pod. She loves the
pod.
pod.
I go to stay at my friend
She came for
Dina's
girls,
apartment for the
though.
night. I'm about to fall asleep. I realize I had left a candle on in the apartment. I'm like, oh no. So I get a locksmith to come, whatever. He gets me into the building. Then I realized later that next morning that the key's not working for the new people, even though he didn't change the lock. He just like broke into it or whatever. But now because he broke into it, the key's not working for other people. And guess who they called to be the locksmith in all of New York City? The same fucking locksmith. So then and is this not a Broad City episode? The same locksmith. So I'm watching him interact with the people in the building. And he's like, I don't know what this is. This is crazy. You guys should get a new lock. So the whole apartment building is like, we're getting new locks. They distribute the keys. As soon as he like leaves, I call him. I'm like, what the hell? He's like, babe, I would never sell you out. I would never do that to you. Meanwhile, so that happens. I'm like, okay, great, whatever. Meanwhile, I get random texts from him for like years later about complaining about how Trump has not paid him. And he's like, oh, sorry, wrong text. Because he had done some work in some Trump buildings.
I only vaguely remember that.
Isn't it so crazy?
Wow.
And also
Trump owes him,
and he had a woman in his passenger seat both times I saw him that would duck down anytime anybody would walk by.
Is that a Broad City episode?
Is that a Broad City episode?
I know, it's something much scarier than a Broad
that's
City episode.
scarier than the third beat of that episode.
Okay.
So anyways, wasn't there a murder in that? The lockout.
That's my lockout story.
It's an intense story. Jesus Christ.
One time I got locked out for 20 minutes and then Evan came and got me. That's my lockout story.
Because I had locked her out.
Right.
You missed that part, girl.
Wait, so what was it like to direct the final ep? Were you guys like feeling emotional, and you guys are like filming the end of Hacks now? Are you feeling a symmetry there, or like what's the vibe right now?
You know,
question.
It is.
The end of Broad City was like it was very emotional. I think it was like,
especially that last shot, because we shot the last shot last.
Yeah.
And it was an after and overnight. We did the party.
Yeah.
We did the scene where they're in their apartment. Mm-hmm. And then we did them getting the cab.
Yeah. Like leaving and packing.
At like 5 a.m. So we were all like tired. It was an overnight. It was really emotional.
We were also drinking some champagne in the morning.
Yeah, there were a lot of, it was really bittersweet because it also felt like the right time to end it. And I think it's similar with Hacks. Like you want to leave the audience wanting more and you want to do it at the right time. But it's always hard to say goodbye to a show that people watch and like. That feels really like a huge privilege to have a show that people respond to. So it is like it's very bittersweet.
Yeah. And I'd imagine it also felt, even more intense for them just because they're so much of the face of the show. Like it was so intense for us, but I think also by that point, like I was really ready to like be back in LA full time. And
weren't you guys already kind of ideating Hacks near the end? Or were they
in 2015 we had come up with it, which was like
season 2 vibes.
Mm-hmm. We were shooting Paul's Netflix The Characters special, and we're driving up to Portsmouth, Maine. Is that right? Is that a city?
No. Yeah, it was
not then.
Portland, Maine.
Portland, Maine.
Yes.
Portland, Maine, and we had come up with it on the drive. The three of us, me, Paul, Jen, on the drive up to that. So it was something that we had been like talking about for a while, and then we pitched it in 2019. Yeah.
But we were working on Broad City. Jen was working on
Good Place.
Was it all Good Place then?
Pretty much, I think.
So we were all like working on other shows, and it wasn't until Broad City ended and then The Good Place had their finale that we were like, oh, let's pitch this.
And actually, Jen shot The Good Place finale in Paris the same time we were in Paris writing the pilot for Hacks.
Yeah.
which was over the course of, a 2 or so weeks, 3 weeks.
Was
I
there
didn't know.
something in? Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say I didn't know those were both happening in Paris. How bizarre.
I know.
Well, you probably didn't know because there's no need for us to be writing it in Paris. And
But
so
she was there and we were like, we'll go and then write. We'll make
Yeah.
it a writer's retreat.
And I had just been in Vancouver for like 4 months, in New York for a bunch of time without them. And so I was really like, come and let's go on a vacation while we work,
Huge.
Huge.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the big pair. It's like, was there something in Broad City, like the female friendship, that had inspired Hacks at all? Because I mean, it's such a different landscape, of course, but it does have that central narrative of like these two women that are inexplicably tied to one another, navigating the world and the push pulls of it. Is there a nexus there? Were you into River?
Definitely. I mean, I don't think it was intentional. I think we came at it from the idea of this like younger writer, like gaining respect for a woman of a certain age who had come before her in the comedy world. But we always knew it was going to be about their relationship. I think we are drawn to, relationships.
And also, I think the thing that they have in common, I think to a lesser degree, is like the way that they influence each other. I think it was a little like Abby and Alana already start so much closer to each other, but they do learn from each other. Abby obviously learns to like have more self-esteem, and Alana learns to.
She grows up a little.
Yeah, she grows up and it's like, I have to, I have to get my shit together. But and Deborah and Ava have a lot more to learn from each other. But I do think, the general ethos of like relationships can make you a better person is the same for both.
Yeah. I feel like growing up, I only saw like shows where it was like One Tree Hill or like Gossip Girl, where it's like, it's just like not like that. And Broad City was like the first show where I was like, oh, okay, there's like actual layers. Well, it was this and Gilmore Girls where I was like, oh my God, women have stories that should be told. But when you guys moved from Broad City to Hacks, it's like every time I'd get drunk at a party, I'd be like, you guys, they just love telling female stories and they keep getting greenlit. It's amazing. It's literally the dream.
What's so funny is we always say that it's so weird we have a son because we tell female stories. And so it makes no sense that we have him. But I don't know if it's like something that, it's just kind of naturally happened. I'm trying to think about like the stuff we're working on now. They're also
female stories.
Similar. Yeah. They're female. They're not always two-handers. Some of them are though.
But in a weird way, I do think, I think Abby and Alana, they are like a classic odd couple. And so in some ways it's very, there's something really classic about it. And yet, like you said, people hadn't seen a friendship between two girls exactly like that one before. And I think that's why people found it and wanted to watch it. And so I think that was something for us when we were thinking about Hacks is that we had never seen a show between two people of a different generation that weren't mother-daughter and like what that would be like. And it was also, we wanted to do a tone that was both funny, but had a little bit more emotion to it. And that was a tone that wasn't in a lot of shows we were watching. So I think both times it was like, we want to make the stuff we would want to watch,
I mean, this episode in particular, A Broad City, is such a like a romantic closure because I mean the core romance of the show, of course, is this like really distinctive relationship between these two women that throughout the episode itself they like keep referring how it's their like only and primary relationship in this world.
Yeah, and like episode 9, it's like they're kind of being like, we have no other friends, we need to get our shit together. But then like the final episode, they're like, no, we've actually learned so much from each other, and like by having all the shenanigans, like we've gotten to where we're going. And then that's kind of like further proved by like all these new little duos we introduced.
That is one of my favorite scenes. It really, I mean, because it makes you feel so seen. The show Broad City always makes me feel seen. And like the closure and epilogue where everyone like Kat Cohen and you have Sydney Washington, all these iconic people coming out of the subway and having these like really candid moments that are like, they're now Abby and Alana. Everyone's Abby and Alana. And I feel like so many people see themselves in not just New York, but in general, like as these like iconic duo of Abby and Alana and how they balance each other and how they're so there for each other. And especially as the quote goes right now going around, it's like, having a boyfriend is embarrassing. It's like, it's all about the female friendship.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah. It's like, it was, I think we always kind of felt that way because, like, in the same way that you're like, well, who's the Abby and who's the Alana between you two or whatever. It's like everyone is like, oh, I have a person, and my favorite thing to do is to like laugh with that person, and so that's why you're like, oh, these two love laughing with each other. And I know I'm saying very obvious things, but like sometimes it just does boil down to like laughing with your favorite person, and that being like kind of the point of life. And so like to be like, oh yeah, and we all have these special, we could all have our show about you and your best friend, like having shenanigans or whatever. And so it was like something we were like very aware of, I think, is like trying to make a point that like we're all the stars of our own show, kind of.
Literally.
Does that make sense?
Hey, it made too much sense.
I'm getting full body chills. I love getting nervous on Zoom.
Are you nervous?
Of course, you guys are like huge for me.
Oh,
I literally,
so nice.
I remember. Oh my god, thumbs down.
Thumbs down.
I literally remember being in high school, watching the show, and being like, "I'm gonna do that when I grow up," and like looking up everybody on it and being like, "What are they doing?" And
That's so
and you
sweet.
guys keep just getting to do more things that. But now it's like, what do you do once you win that many Emmys? Are you guys like feeling hopeful about the future, or are you like, where do we go from here?
You mean the industry or us creatively?
Well, I feel like you guys are the only ones where COVID worked out okay for.
Yeah,
It's like
It
the
actually
entire
helped
industry
us.
died, but it grew you.
yeah,
cool.
it did.
Well, do you know this? Do you know that we actually literally got to make hacks because of COVID? Do you know this?
Wait, why?
Well, we were going to shoot a pilot, and we had Gina attached, and we were casting Ava. But because of COVID, we couldn't meet people in person. We had to do everything over Zoom. And then the network was like, why don't you just write all 10 scripts?
And they greenlit the first season because
Based on the
they
scripts.
couldn't do it.
Yeah. So instead of like shooting a pilot,
Oh.
which, you know, hopefully we still would have gotten a pickup because hopefully in the pilot they would have seen something. But for us, we got to write it all. And then they got to read this whole thing and be like, oh, we see the vision for the show, as opposed to just like, you know, I think in making a pilot, you can learn things and you can make mistakes and you can reshoot things. But oftentimes an executive is like, they just have 30 minutes of content as opposed to they got to read everything.
And a premise pilot is also hard, which is what our show, what Hacks pilot is, which is like, here's these two people individually and here's them meeting and here's why they're meeting. And like premise pilot is so much expo and it isn't really a great representation of what the show will be moving forward necessarily. And so, you know, the Broad City pilot isn't a premise pilot. It's just you're in their friends. You don't know why, you don't know how, you just know that they are. So that pilot, which interestingly there were some bigger parts of it that were reshot. Perhaps you know this or perhaps you do not. But
there was no solstice.
No, there was no solstice. Abby worked at a coffee shop. Do you guys know this? Am I rehashing? Okay.
But it's okay. Not everyone that listens knows.
Yeah. Although we just interviewed Allison and she was like, they cut my Soul Cycle plot because of Solstice.
Oh, that's so funny.
Because they were like, we can't have two Soul Cycle things going at once because Girls is running at the same time.
That's so funny. Allison at times would come by the Broad City set because she was friends with Lily Burns, one of our VPs.
Oh, cool.
So I remember her being at our sex shop day. Remember her there?
Yeah.
The Pleasure Chest or?
No.
That was in
No,
House.
I mean when we were shooting Broad City.
Oh, wait, the Pleasure Chest was in both. No.
Oh, maybe was the Pleasure Chest in New York. Is that what you mean? Just cut all this.
Yeah, totally.
Though it's in Chelsea. So there's a sex shop in Chelsea. Is that what that one's called?
I think I don't know.
Okay.
Well, the one in LA is.
I think Elliot last week was calling it that, but he might be thinking of the LA one.
I don't know.
Who knows?
It doesn't actually matter so much.
Yeah,
it's okay.
Why not?
Wait,
anyways, premise pilot. Okay, what?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say we heard that when you pitched Hacks, you said, and we know what the last episode will be.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Well, that's scary.
You guys are being so humble. It's because in pilot classes right now they're teaching Hacks as the pilot example.
Really?
That's so nice.
Such a well constructed pilot.
And the problem with so many TV shows coming out right now is like the pilots are bad, but then the seasons get better. But people are like, just watch past the first episode. But it's hard to get somebody to watch past the first thing if they don't love the first thing.
Well, you have to like grab attention now so fast. It's really hard. But I'm glad people like the pilot because for us it was like the two main characters aren't together till the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Or even less. Maybe it's the last 8 minutes.
And it was hard because that was something that was, not heavily noted, but like gently noted since the moment we pitched it, being like, get them together faster, get them together faster. And we really, we're like, we don't want to. There's so much we want to like learn about these people so that once they actually do meet, you understand their different points of view. And so that was a challenge. But, and the HBO is so like, they are so creatively collaborative that it wasn't like a big problem, but it is just interesting because I think that if you are learning it in a pilot class, probably most teachers would say not to do the thing we did.
Or that not every network will let you do the thing.
Right, exactly.
Because there was pushback, but I'm so glad that they allowed us to do it. Because it was like two trains meeting and at the end they collide. And that was what was fun about it.
What do you guys think the basis of like a good character inevitably becomes? Because the way you're describing the pilot is like these two really strong characters and they don't collide until the end. So what is a captivating force between either like the Abby and Alana's of the world or when we actually like look at characters and hacks?
Well, we've been talking about this a lot as we are developing other things. And I think Paul's point about Abby and Alana is true.
Which is what?
Classic, how classic it is.
Oh yeah, it's classic. But also they have really distinct character games that you understand, I think, as an audience pretty quickly. And so you come to expect those things. And that's, like the basis for any good joke is like having an expectation that hopefully you still subvert in some way. Like you know that in Friends, Phoebe's going to say something flighty and hippie, but hopefully you're surprised by what it is, And so I think it's about strong character game.
And we also loved writing in Broad City when Abby actually was fucking up and Alana actually had it together.
We did love flipping the who was the like straight man and who was the character because we did do that. Like Abby did get to have big kind of character moments, and Alana got to be sort of like the straight man in some scenes, and it was kind of fun to flip that. And we try and do that a little bit even in Hacks with like Jimmy and Kayla. There are moments where Jimmy gets to be a little bit louder and Kayla gets to be a little bit softer.
And I don't know if this is always something that works, but something that we've been talking a lot about in general is like, especially if it's like a lead character, having a character who can sometimes both be high status, but also an underdog. And that's not necessarily true for everything, but that certainly is true for Deborah Vance. It's true for Selena Myers. Like it is like an interesting thing where you want to be able to give them something to swim upstream against if you're really interested in like more story, which is something that Hacks has a lot of, there's a lot more narrative engine going on than Broad City in terms of like
the serial arc,
the season arc, the serial arc. But you also we enjoy writing high status characters as well. So that's something that is like, I think, at least for us, part of the math of what we gravitate towards. Does that make sense?
No, it makes so much sense. And it makes sense why you write so many female stories as well. Because it's just not to speak for women, but like it is like the natural thing. It's like even a powerful woman can feel subjugated to like men. And it like Selena Myers is a great example. Like even when she was president or vice president, like there's so many times where she was the underdog. And I think actually like looking back at Broad City now as a show, it's like people see it as a story of like they're not like necessarily have super well to do backgrounds, but like they come from good families. Alana went to NYU, like they're fairly privileged in a lot of senses, and they're just like surviving in New York City, and they're doing like, but they also like can always go home and like live there, and they always have that as the backbone. So it is like in a story of like they are high status in a lot of ways, even if they're just like 20 somethings trying their best. So it is like that's again another great example. You guys really write such beautiful, interesting characters that we love so much.
Yeah. Well, we certainly can't take credit for the Abby and Alana characters.
No. They are that.
Yeah, they are
they
that.
They did that.
And that was such a also fun thing to just to do is observe our friends all the time and cherry pick parts of their personalities and their character games that were true and were real,
Yeah.
and use them in the show and comment on them. And it's just so funny to almost be in the world of Broad City in your regular life and yet write about Broad City. You know what I mean? It's like writing about your friends is such a
Was it
tricky thing.
weird to like, I feel like writing's one thing because it's on a paper and you're like so far removed, but like directing them to like be like, can you do this more like you do this in real life, or like less like you do it in real life? Like, what was that experience like? Especially since like you started from the very beginning and like kind of like followed them through all 5 seasons.
Yeah. It is funny to be like, to be more Alana or whatever, or to be like, like I also think it was very, like you're saying, to grow with them, not only as people who wrote with them, but to like direct them and like see their strengths and to try to like push them at times. Because like there are parts of the season or series that like did get more emotional. And that was always the stuff Paul and I really gravitated towards. We really loved when it became like really like, especially the, what is the name of the Mrs. Doubtfire one?
Burning Bridges.
Burning Bridges. Like Burning Bridges is one of my favorite episodes because like they got to play the character games. It's super funny. We had the god Susie Essman. Like there's so many parts of it that like are so hard funny, but also this like undercurrent of like, actually these are real people and they have real feelings, and like people aren't always acting their best. And what is the actual emotional fallout from that? Like that was really the stuff that like we loved writing, and I think they really loved doing as well. I don't mean to speak for them.
Although we didn't write that episode.
Yeah, well. But
When Trey says, I'm not a joke, Abby.
I know.
Also, but it's so when Abby and Alana have those like real heart to heart moments, or like when Alana and Lincoln break up that first time at the park, and Alana, you realize like how emotionally immature Alana actually is. She's like physically running away because she cannot deal with it. I feel like getting to like see these characters like actually face stuff, or like even Abby being like, I messed this like opportunity up, like, and it like really impacts her, is so like fun to watch.
And they're really, really, really good actors. And I think that's like the thing that we as the audience get to like experience with them. It's like, oh my God, these girls grow up almost in like their emotional depth and maturity. And it was like, I guess you would say a privilege to be there for.
It really was. We got to like observe them. And even though it would happen they would do it to each other. Ilana would say something and Abby would be like, well, that's got to be in the show. The thing you just said, or vice versa. It was also great for us to have the, perspective of just being their friends and watching the two of them and being like, you guys, this moment that you're having is in the show. We have to, this is so funny. But yeah. And it's cool because they are very unique in that they are so funny. They are playing heightened versions of themselves, but they are just so funny as themselves. They have like built-in character game, which I was just saying is really good to have, but they have it as themselves, which makes them, I think, even more natural and just so engaging to watch, because you're like, oh, these are real people, because they are. And yet they're so funny. Like when I play a character, I'm usually like doing something that isn't like me. I'm not being funny in the way that I'm funny with my friends. But Abby and Alana are. And it's really cool because there's like an effortlessness to that, even though it's like a gift to do that,
Totally. I mean, they were both mentioning how frustrated they would get with people being like, you improvise this, because they work so hard on writing it.
Oh, yeah.
But to me, I think that like, you must have improvised this comment comes from a place of like, there's no way like you could write like something so real that feels so like genuine, and like they're acting so like good. Like it's like not necessarily written in a way that like a random actor could just do it. Like it has to be them.
No way. Nobody else could have done it.
It was really annoying when people would say it was improvised, or when people would call it like a sketch show. I was like, what are you talking about? But no, it was very, I mean, like if you go and look at like the shooting scripts versus what ended up on screen, like it was very scripted. But I think it's because, like you're saying, the way that they wrote it, or we all wrote it, was like so hyper. We tried to be hyper natural, and that was like the intention.
And also we were writing it for them and where they were writing for themselves. And so it did seem improvised because it was what they would say. And so
how
it
they
didn't,
say it.
it never felt like they were putting words in their mouth that weren't theirs, you know?
Yeah.
It's like in a way they were improvising it in the writer's room, and then
Exactly.
it just and
Yeah.
then it's that.
Boom.
Boom.
Yes.
Okay, we have to do our last few segments. Do you guys have any
Well, we can ask.
what?
We can do Broad City.
Okay, yeah.
What
What is
is
your
your
Broad
Broad
City
City
moment? Do you guys have anything recently you can think of?
And you guys already did a few, so you can also plead the fifth.
I know.
Yeah,
We-
my lockout story was like massively that.
Yeah.
I feel like we just had one recently.
Do you guys have them over in LA? I heard it's chill over there.
It is chill.
Life is
it is more chill, but no, we still have them.
It's just like what's crazy now is that like they're about like our son. So it's
Did
like
we email them recently though about something that we were like, this is so
Abby and Alana.
Yeah.
So what we like, whatever. This is like
The
whatever,
way you
but
guys email is so crazy to me.
the way with the subject line.
Jokes.
Like voice note them. That you're sending formal emails to your friends. I'm like, I should do that.
Well, you know, when we first moved, when we like went back and forth, when we weren't on the same coast as Jen, we used to. Paul and I would actually send our to-do lists to each other in emails, be like, drop off laundry, do this, and we would CC Jen on all of our to-do lists. And then she would like send us back notes being like, I don't think that you guys should get
You
dry
might want to think about toilet paper before you
go to Target.
But I think it's because we also used to do this thing, and we still do this thing where
while you talk.
we write an email with the subject jokes. Dash Broad City, jokes dash hacks, whatever. So that anytime we're out in the world, we can write it and then we can search our email. So it's like a record of, it's like having a writer's assistant or having a notebook if you're a stand-up and you're like always jotting down something.
Mm-hmm.
I think the reason we email is because we're like, this will now there'll be a record of it. I don't know about you, but I'm like, unless I hit keep on my voice, no, you know what I mean? Like it's not going to be there. So I think it's, because we use it almost like a shorthand for writing, that we still do it.
Yes.
So we're like, here's, you know.
The secret to success, gmail.com.
Literally.
It'd be an amazing zine.
Because you can't really, your texts go away. But, or
No,
they
wait,
can.
that
You get a
would
new
be
phone,
so,
you can't search it.
Like, like when people die in Hollywood and they do like fun things, they could do like a coffee table book of like your emails.
I think that's cool.
Well, that's kind of like the Soderbergh book.
He does have a cool book.
So it's actually I think it's like an ebook or something, but Soderbergh, do you guys ever see the show The Nick? Mm-hmm. The Soderbergh show? Honestly, you should do a rewatch of The Nick. That would be so fucking iconic. But it was, I think, a Showtime show, but it was Clive Owen, Steven Soderbergh, who's like my number one. And in the book, it was like all the emails between him and the network. So they would like give their notes on like cuts, and you would see how he responded to each note. And then you'd see like frames of like, this became this. It was like basically like a working document of his post process and editing and network notes process of making the show. Isn't that crazy?
That's so dope.
I know.
And it's like, you really learn a lot for like how you interact with executives from that book.
I didn't know email could be so powerful because the way I'm using it, it's not even close.
What's embarrassing is I feel like this is a generational thing, and I feel like I should have been like, I shot off a little voice note and whatever.
Well, how are you communicating? Just text?
We see each other's TikToks.
Oh my God, that's funny. Neither of us are on TikTok. We don't have it.
There's a freedom to that, but also I imagine you're on Reels.
Yeah. On Reels.
So
they're there.
Wherever you go, there you are.
I will say one more Broad City story if you want one.
No.
Yeah, listen, I could talk about it for 10 hours. I'm like, there's so much in there that is like buried as well that I could unearth. But we wrote a pilot to like get staffed on Broad City. Because you had to have like some example that you knew how to like type or whatever. And it was a pilot that we still are going to try to make.
What?
What do you think of that?
You guys have had ideas for so long.
Yeah, but it was current. When we wrote it, it was current day. Now it's
A period
Period.
piece.
Yeah, it was period. Literally.
We always refer to Broad City as a period piece because it's like, and Roe v.
That's
Wade
so
like
right.
still existed back then, and you
Oh
couldn't
my God.
smoke weed legally, you guys.
So bad. I know. Sometimes I think about it in terms of like pre-post 9/11, which I mean Trump, is like I do think about it about pre-Trump and post-Trump and like how the tone did shift into something like that was just it was more scared. It was more scared pre and
The
post.
shift was so powerful. Like it was so like
Yeah.
not casual. It was like, oh, and 2016 has happened.
It's so weird because they were also here at the time.
I know. We were
We
writing
saw them the day after.
the morning after.
You know, we're crying at Dune and at Waterville. We're all crying.
Holding hands and crying at
We're literally like, if anybody sees this, they're going to be like, LOL. I think this was a Broad City people crying at Dune.
That's back when Dune had indoor seating. Okay.
Okay,
Miss
that's
it.
for Angelinos.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell one more piece of trivia. You know, there was debate about whether or not, in the end, as they were talking on the phone.
Yes.
I can say this, right?
Yes, you can.
They're talking on the phone. Abby's in Boulder. And Alana reveals herself to be there. And she's like,
yeah.
hey. Did you hear this already?
I haven't heard that, but it's like that had to be one of the options where it's like, and she comes up and is like, so I'm going to grad school here too, bitch.
Yeah.
Well, actually what it was she's like, hey, was it grad school? I guess it was grad school.
No.
I think it was, hey, I got into like grad school. I'm going to become a psychiatrist.
Right.
And Abby was like, my art program is 9 months. She's like, you're here for 4 or 5 years. I only have 9 months. And that was going to be the end. And they're like, well, let's have fun.
But we always talk about, we always thought that the St. Louis Apocalypse movie would be a great movie, you know?
Yeah.
That's time traveling bong, right?
Yeah, I mean, kind of. You should do a rewatch of Time Traveling Bong. It's only 3 episodes, but it's fantastic.
That's really easy and fast.
That's really easy.
Although you have to watch the web, because we did a webisode for College Humor.
That's still online.
Before Broad City.
Yes.
Oh my
Of Time Traveling
Before
Bong.
Broad City.
Yeah.
Yes.
The way you guys talk as if you're 89 years old.
Well, the truth is that we are out, and this is really something that we had very much in common with Abby and Alana, and like in a weird way what's your deal is like we made when we were living in New York. I was like waiting tables, Paul had a day job. We would make videos literally every single fucking weekend. Like every weekend we'd be writing things and making. We made probably like 100 videos. Like not even all of them are online, but a bunch of them are. But like because we have like been obsessed with like making shit for fucking ever, we could talk about our work from now 15 solid years, because even when nobody wanted us to do it, we were doing it.
Which was most of the time. Most of the time.
And only until like 4 years ago.
We're saying, please stop.
Only until very recently, people were like, actually, okay. But that's probably why. You know what I mean?
Girl, get your Glock. It's rapid fire time. We're going to ask you a series of rapid fire questions. Don't think twice. Are you ready?
Yes.
You guys can answer in unison or separately.
Are you schoolgirl? Or are you going to get schooled girl?
I'm schoolgirl.
Cool girl.
Who's more New York City? The rats, the roaches, or the bed bugs?
The rats, unfortunately.
The rats, yeah.
The rats have it all.
The rats own that shit.
They own.
And they own that girl's apartment in Silver Lake, too,
Poor
unfortunately.
Jen. Oh.
Who would you rather go down on you, Michael Bublé or Janet Jackson?
Janet Jackson. The washing machine video? Come on.
I guess Janet Jackson. I don't know. There's something about the Jacksons in general. I'm like, I don't know what's gonna happen, you know?
Okay.
Right. Would you say you're the voice of your generation or a voice of a generation?
A voice of A.
A voice of A. A voice of
I
A.
knew you guys would say that.
Why?
Because you guys are so that vibe.
Wow.
Okay.
I can always guess based on who's guessing on the pod what their answer will be.
How many people say the voice of the often?
It's every subset.
It's like, girls who went to Emerson are like, I'm the voice. And then anybody who like wants to kind of like be in a writer's room says a voice. I'm a voice.
Like staff writer answer is a voice.
Yeah. Or like I have a spec script ready to go, please.
That is so funny. Well, do people come? Yeah, people pitching their specs is so funny on a podcast.
Fuck, marry, kill, Madonna, Rihanna, Alana.
Madonna,
Okay.
Rihanna, Alana.
Marry Alana.
Yeah.
Fuck Rihanna. Sorry, kill Madonna.
That's so hard for me. Do you know in college I used to tell people I was Madonna's niece when I was drunk?
Oh my god.
That's antricide.
That's a good party trick. I'm gonna try that.
Yeah, it's hard now because like then you weren't like easily, you didn't have like, you weren't Googling your phone. You had phones, of course, but you weren't like Googling it as quickly. So now I don't know if you can, but you can try.
I tell people I'm an Apatow when I'm drunk.
That's perfect.
Fun.
That's perfect.
That's good. That's good.
I'm the secret son. Okay, no eggs after 11 or this bacon, egg, and cheese is heaven.
Bacon, egg, and cheese is heaven. We would
Yeah.
never be eggs after 11. That's a huge issue with Los Angeles. It's just not enough eggs. Wouldn't you say?
Yes,
Aren't you near a farmer's market?
we are.
I guess.
How do you know that?
There's a farmer's market everywhere there.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
That's it. Yeah, it's not a risky statement.
Shut up, Alana, or smelly pussy Donna.
Smelly pussy
Smelly pussy
Donna.
I would never shut up, Alana.
Guys, why the fuck would you go to Boulder?
I wouldn't.
I would just to shoot the finale, which is the only time I've been here. Because we win.
Oh, we were fighting earlier if that was really Boulder or if it was
Oh,
just
yeah.
some park.
No,
You
I
guys
was
went
there.
to Boulder to shoot on grass? Wow.
Isn't that so wild? We did
I
that.
just think there was nowhere in New York that would have looked like Boulder.
Yeah,
I think that's
and Alana
why.
went. Alana went.
Yeah,
that was
Alana
actually the last shot.
That was,
right?
yes.
Like we wrapped our New York unit, everyone cried, boo-hoo, and then we did that Boulder unit.
And then we all like hiked kind of.
Yeah, we did go on a hike. Scroll the gram, because I'm not hip enough to delete, so I haven't deleted anything. But there's Instagram of us in Boulder.
I know when we were trying to get photos to post on the meme page, Alana and Abby delete all their posts every year. So we were like, this is actually hell. We had to go to everybody else's and go see when they posted their friend.
Sorry.
Yeah. Paul, you might still have some up. I don't know.
Definitely.
Are you guys are we on?
I'll text you all my photos.
We are, right? We're on Instagram together.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll text you BTS of.
I wonder if I posted them.
Oh my god, we'd love.
Okay, last question. Luna or Cliff bars?
That's for the guys. Girls clips for the guys, right?
Yeah.
That's
I guess Cliff.
I guess a Luna for me. Though right now we're doing David bars.
Are
Shout
you
out to
guys
David Bars.
Davids?
We're
Oh my
We're
god.
Davids.
We're David Bars.
What are you guys?
I'm the Wegmans 6-pack of the oat bars.
Okay.
Wegmans does a fantastic job at anything they attempt to do, honestly. That is the one thing we do have over here. Yes,
Yeah.
thank you for being excited about that because it is exciting.
It is
very
good. I'm
excited.
jealous.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, although I heard rumblings of an Erewhon opening in New York, and I said, I'm going to
I
live
have
here
too.
forever now.
I have too.
Yeah, I don't know. It'd be so interesting, whether that could survive there. It'd be interesting.
I think it definitely can.
It just depends on where it is. Where do they think it's going to be?
I hope it's downtown Williamsburg.
Then it would be fine.
I
It
bet
would
it
be
is.
fine.
That's
they
exactly.
could do it there, right?
When you say downtown Williamsburg, what does that mean?
No idea.
It's just the Whole Foods Sephora Equinox area. You know the strip
Bedford
that's
Ave.
it's just Salad and Levain and Dig and
Give me a
Kava
street.
and
Give me a
Sweet.
Tell us
street.
street. Give us
Give me a
streets.
street.
Bedford and
anything
Bedford and
Bedford
Fourth.
to the wall.
Okay. Because we
Bedford and
live.
Forth.
Yeah, that's so funny. It's like I'm from Dutch ass fucking New York. I'm like that. I don't know any of the places you're referring to because we lived there. Paul and I lived there, and I lived.
We moved there a while ago.
Bedford and South First for years.
And I lived
Bedford
on Havemeyer and Grand.
and then I was Havemeyer and
No
South
way.
Second, and then I was Havemeyer and South Second.
Yeah.
Guys,
And
that
then-
is literally maybe you're in my old spot.
Wow.
Or
Oh,
my
wow.
current spot. You know who the first apartment I moved to in New York? I got Lupita Nyong'o's Yale drama alumni mail. She used to live in my building.
Wow, that's so cool.
That's cool.
That's cool. That's cool.
That was
Yeah.
huge. I said I think I'm gonna like it here.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good omen.
I do miss, and I went on some podcasts, and what I talked about was just the Williamsburg restaurants of my era was all I wanted to talk about. So that's what I talked about the whole podcast. And it was like, to me, like that era of like 2000, whatever, 7, 8, 9, whatever, was like it was the best. That's all I have to say. I'm sorry. I'm sure now it's fantastic.
No,
for the
it's
band,
better. Yeah, no, you're
but
I
absolutely
know
Was-
my dad
right.
is saying 81 was good or whatever.
There
You
was
know what I mean? Like
there's a
everybody
bar
says it.
called Cokies that sold cocaine. I didn't go there, but
Wait, what? I wish I was alive in 2009. Like,
Me too.
this sucks.
Me too.
Oh my god, wait, that's amazing. Guys, thank you so much
Thanks
for being on the pod.
This
Thank
really
you
was
for
so
having us.
magical.
Thank you for having
And
us.
thanks for having us for like the last. I feel like Lana should have done that, but I'm grateful to be here.
I feel honored.
The way I was like, we'd love to have you, and you're like, not me. I'm like, yes, please. I'm dying for it.
Yeah.
I hope we didn't disappoint,
No,
We were a little
guys,
earnest. We were a little earnest, but you know what? Whatever.
I like Ernest. We
I-
love
I think so.
Ernest.
I think
we
so.
love Ernest.
And
That's
you know what?
why.
We do kind of go a little earnest. That is kind of us.
That's what we're talking about with People Love Hacks, because wait, we care about these girls.
I'm so
These girls.
glad.
Deborah Vance, the girl.
Yeah. By the way, girl, what girl am I? Deborah.
Oh yeah, are you guys Deborah or Ava? Well, I guess are you Deborah or Ava? Who are you?
I think I'm Ava.
You're for sure Ava. Yeah.
Mm.
And then you're Deborah.
I don't think I am too much of a people pleaser, like want to follow the rules. I don't think I'm in. I think I'm, if anything,
Jimmy.
I'm Paul W. Downs. Yeah.
You're Jimmy Lissack Jr. So is
Yeah.
Elizabeth Warren, so that's cool.
Oh my God.
Oh my
So wait,
god.
I don't know. I guess.
The
What?
New York call.
I mean, this is
Okay,
such
whatever.
such a weird.
He and Elizabeth Warren are literally friends.
What?
She's cool. Okay, Elizabeth Warren likes hacks, and she thinks she's a Jimmy, and sometimes we talk. That's all.
Like the politician?
Wait, where is she?
The senator.
If
Wait,
you can, you're the one
politician.
person locating Elizabeth Warren because she's completely disappeared off the face
I
of
thought you
Earth.
said Elizabeth Holmes, and I was like, we actually need the podcast has just
Oh
begun.
my god! So Elizabeth Holmes and I chat.
Yeah, from
and-
jail. That's her
Well, we have a venture. She's coming out with a venture, and I'm going to be the face of it, and it's going to be.
And she learned a lot first time around.
Wait, you guys should write a show about women who've been to jail for fraud.
That's
That
fun.
could be really
That's
good.
really fun.
Me
That's
pitching
actually-
you ideas for
We
you
actually
to
need-
do.
We need a couple, so
We
that's
need to-
good.
Yeah, we just re-upped our overall, so hit us.
Okay, perfect.
That's a good mic drop. Anyway, thank you for having us.
Thanks for being on. We literally adore y'all. We're so excited to watch this final season of Hacks, and whatever you're cooking up next, we'll
Thank
be
you.
tuning in.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for bringing in a whole new audience to Broad City. I'm hearing
Oh,
a
I
lot
know.
more. Really.
It's been really nice to have it back in the world and to be thinking about it is really sweet and cute.
It's really
We
the
will-
show's done so much for us. I mean, it's just such a moving and powerful piece of media. And
Oh,
the
thanks.
shadow it's left in New York is still monumental. Like people refer to, I mean, there's so much content online or just the way people perceive humor, and they're like, that is Broad City coded.
No TV show has
yeah.
gotten to come out since.
Wow.
Because
Wow.
actually every institution is crumbling. But
know.
can't get into that.
Comedy Central's gone. We need to bring it back.
Comedy Central Jax, it's over. But it's also just the beginning because it's a cycle, right?
That's right.
Yes.
When one door closes, another opens.
Sure.
Oh my God. What an inspiring way to end the podcast.
I enjoy it.
Guys, where can the people find you?
I guess my only public thing is my
Our Instagram.
Oh yeah. Congrats on the going public with Lucia's outfits. That's been really exciting.
Lucia Aniello set fits. It's mostly because two reasons. One, because we're almost done. Right now we're shooting Hacks, and I just don't want to forget it too much. And so I'm like, let me take some photos to remember it. And also, I got a breast reduction last year, and I'm excited to show it off.
Totally.
If you ever need a gay guy social media manager for Lucia's outfits, I'm so happy to step in.
I'll take any notes. Please DM me any notes.
I actually want a social media manager. We got to talk. I need that.
He does
Anyone
want one.
really
He
bad.
really actually
Yeah,
does
wait,
want.
you actually don't post that much.
I know. I need someone to help me out. I'm too busy reading the classics, you know.
We would love to post memes on your behalf, Paul.
Please.
He doesn't have the bandwidth.
I do need
You're
that.
good at it when you do it, but you just don't have the bandwidth.
Thanks.